I've been playing Magic the Gathering for 13 years and here's some tips for those of you who want to start. Now tip number 1 is to download Magic the Gathering Arena because it's going to teach you the basics of the game. It also has many different types of starter decks for you to choose and start playing immediately. Now tip number 2 is to select the right format that you want to play because trust me, there is a lot. And I mean there is a lot of different types of formats, but the formats that I recommend is Commander. In Commander, you play with a deck of 100 cards with one of them being your Commander, which you can summon at any time. In this format, you cannot have a duplicate of any card except for basic lands. For those of you who do want to start playing Commander, here is the next tip. Play an aggro deck. Because playing an aggro deck allows you to easily understand the game and it also teaches you the simpler game mechanic. Because trust me, Magic is a very complicated game. And for tip number 4, if you want to start playing Commander, do not buy a deck, buy a pre-con instead, because in a pre-con, you get all the 100 cards that you need to open up and start playing immediately. And for the final tip, play green. Because when you play a green deck, you can ramp out more lands. And if you can ramp out more lands, which means you can play more creatures. And you can play more creatures means you can swing your opponents for much more higher damage. And with much more higher damage, you get to kill them much faster. Now with all these tips, you are now ready to go out there and buy some very expensive cardboard.